Well, it's yet time to report another milestone in Earth2 history. I do want to let you guys know that I started this script last night, went to work, I was out on a site, there was no internet, came back today, everything had already been live. So, please, have mercy on me. I wrote it when it was still an announcement. Let's go. The Essence token, well, just got a major upgrade announced that it was going to go live. And yes, they've already pushed the button. It is live. Upgrades are here and set to launch sometime 10 hours ago. This is Earth2 in the know, and let's get into it. So, on a random Sunday, I figured it would be safe to get outside and cut my grass and do a little yard work. It was only a few hours. I mean, what could I possibly miss? Apparently one of the hugest announcements in Earth2 history. Meanwhile, it's taken us a few days to take all this in, so that's why this post is a little bit late. The Upgrading Land article is live. We're going to go over it here. First, however, we want to look at one of Shane's more recent posts on X. Keep in mind that everything you see in quotation marks is going to be directly from Shane's post. He said, "Recorded on my laptop 15 minutes ago, this is some footage of Earth2's 510 million kilometer square geologically accurate metaverse. It's E2v1 to be widely powered by the Essence token." We're going to show some footage that was accompanied along with that post. He goes on to say that this footage shows seamless navigation in a 1-to-1 scale virtual Earth from space down to the detailed biomes, geological accuracy, satellite image overlay, player-owned properties, interactable, playable environments, and so forth. He then continues with, "Development of this scale takes time, but we have set a good foundation and continue to make progress, plus we have a few new exciting updates to share over the next couple of months." Shane then continues with, "The early stage pre-alpha testing is running behind schedule, but we'll be going ahead in Q3. Man, we cannot wait." He then says, "We do have a short list for that test, but emails have not yet been sent out just yet." So that means that hopefully they will be sent out soon. Shane also then touches on the Essence token with, "I know a lot of people are watching the Essence token closely, but as I mentioned a few times before it launched, we expected a number of players to sell, as did we, especially those who acquired their Essence in the early days when it was easier to mine, and then from the high staking rewards that they said would never be seen again, and will not." Then goes on to say, "At the end of the day, people will sell for different reasons." We all know that to be true. Shane does touch on the fact that the Web3 market is also taking a hit right now with ETH and Bitcoin dropping over the past week, further dropping 5 to 6% over the last 24 hours at the time he made the post, which was yesterday. Follows that up with a little bit about the pooling. He says, "As you know, we're not in control of the pairing or the pools. If the pool is linked to ETH as opposed to a stablecoin like USDC, the movement of ETH will also have an effect on Essence, whether up or down." After that, there's a solid fact that there are many well-known established coins with years of trading that are down 10 to 20% over the past week. Shane then finishes with, "It is important to remember that these are still very early days. We still have a lot of steps ahead of us and are still actively building our flagship product. Something I believe is going to develop into a very robust product built with the future in mind." Love it. Love to hear it. We thought we would break up the post into segments so that you could see parts of the video that went along with it. Hope you guys liked it. Just a small side note, we are definitely still seeing miners dumping their Essence bag, causing the markets to bleed out a little bit, but we'll get into that later on the midweek market report tomorrow. Before we get started on diving into the new upgrade release, we want to thank all of our regular viewers. You all make everything we do worth all of the hours burning the midnight oil. So it's already live. You can go play with it right now, but we're going to talk about it in this video. Let's talk upgrades. A quote from the site says, "At first glance, it's a simple system which importantly requires essence, or a combination of essence plus an energy type. to infuse your land with a sudden burst of power through the Mentar, resulting in a permanent upgrade to that property. To be reborn, baby! However, the careful design of the system creates a number of key variables which players will need to take into consideration. We are definitely not going to word for word this article. We're just going to kind of go over all of the important stuff and summarize. And so the article then goes on to explain things we already know, with listing all of the utility Essence has, including building, empowering side droids, crafting jewels, voting and staking. They then talk a little bit about the future vision of the team. Over coming weeks, months, and years, Earth2 plans to continue expanding on the utility of Essence, ultimately increasing its usefulness and the purpose inside of Earth2. The land upgrade system is the first of many such examples, and will provide a utility where the Essence utilized is not only spent, but will also introduce a new burn mechanism. How it works when it comes to determining the Essence, or the energy required, is determined by two major factors. The first being the demand for the land, which is reflected by the NLP, or the new land price. The second, obviously depending on the external trading price of Essence. They then remind users to consider these factors when deciding which lands to upgrade. They say, while some locations may be ripe for upgrades based on the externally traded price for Essence, once the land upgrade system officially comes online, many locations may take months, or in some cases years, before a player may consider the upgrade viable or beneficial. The next paragraph goes into some very specific results that can happen to land values based on these features. It reads as, another important factor to consider is the varying popularity of land within a country or territory after upgrades are initiated by players, as these upgrades can directly affect the NLP, new land price, of each tier by causing it to rise or fall as the numbers of tiles allocated to each tier is automatically adjusted as a result of each upgrade. This means that the NLP can increase or decrease depending on the collective upgrade activity from all of the players. Next on the agenda is the topic of the special boost. As part of a special campaign celebrating the land upgrade system, the first 25,000 tiles of each upgrade method, collectively 125,000, upgrading from Tier 2 to Tier 1 using one of the 5 upgrade methods available, either Essence alone, Essence plus red energy, Essence plus yellow energy, Essence plus blue energy, or Essence and green energy, per country will receive a permanent 5x boosted base ether spawn on their newly upgraded Tier 1 special property. And just for the record, the base ether spawn rate equals whatever the spawn rate is on T2 land. Once these special boost upgrades have been allocated, all subsequent T2 to T1 upgrades will proceed as normal. From there, they talk a little bit about upgrades and what they equate to in perks. However, most average users already know about this. If not, maybe we can do a future video and go over the differences, even if it's just a refresher for some of the people. So let's go ahead and jump into the section that talks about the impact on the new land price. The article says that the land upgrade system will set in motion dynamic changes to the NLP of every tier of land in Earth2. As tiles transition from a lower tier to a higher one, the total number of tiles in each tier will change following each upgrade. This can and will affect the rise and fall of NLPs for the first time ever in each tier within the same territory and country, as tiles are upgraded from one tier to another. So that means everything now is integrated. The constant fluctuations of NLPs for each tier, as well as the external trade price of Essence, will provide an array of various strategies and opportunities related to land acquisition. The next part of the article goes over the land upgrade cooldown period. A number of our players were concerned about competition and bots being used for land upgrades. For this reason, our team developed a cooldown feature that will be activated for the first 48 hours after the land upgrade system is released. The cooldown period will be set to 5 minutes for the first 48 hours and will be applied per country. This means that once you upgrade a T2 or a T3 property inside a specific country, you will not be able to upgrade another T2 or T3 property inside that country for another 5 minutes. I'm sure a lot of you guys have already experienced that, probably all day today. You may, however, upgrade T2 or T3 properties in other countries while you wait. They're also subject to the same cooldown rules. The article does mention that after 48 hours, the timer will be reduced or even possibly removed. Also, here's something really cool in case you forgot about the essence burn function for the land upgrades. For every essence used by players to upgrade their properties, 50% will be transferred to the Earth2 treasury and 50% will be permanently burned. These burns will take place at various intervals and can be validated via the official smart contract. We may also post about burns on social medias just to keep players up to date. Again, the article touches on the advantages of upgrading to a tier 1, but most of our viewers, they already know the deal. Then they get into a little bit more detail about the upgrade methods. They say that the amount of essence and energy, if you're using energy, required to upgrade your property to a higher tier is calculated differently depending on whether there is a positive or a negative price gap between the tiers you're upgrading to and from. Just as a footnote, they say that it is important to note that presently red and yellow energy have been released on the Earth2 platform. Other energy types such as green and blue will be acquirable through other methods at a future date. They then give a few examples in the article that you can check out on the site. That is if you're interested. Here we get into the booster energies that some users have been actively earning through tasks. It says that the amount of essence required to upgrade tiles can be partially subsidized using energy as a substitute for some of the essence. The total energy discount capacity, or how much of the total upgrade cost can be subsidized using energy, is dependent on the tier of land that is currently being upgraded from. And you will need to note that the discount capacity is actually shown in percentages. Players may choose a discount percentage lower than the capacity, depending on how much energy they have in their balance. As the external trade price of essence varies, so too will the amount of energy be required to subsidize the energy cost to upgrade, which is why the discount capacity is set at a percentage rather than a set price. They do note some special requirements for the 25,000 special tile boost. If upgrading using essence plus an energy, the full energy discount capacity of 30% must be used to be eligible for the event. Upgrades which only use the partial but not the full, i.e. 30% discount capacity, will not be eligible for the special boost. By checking the land upgrade interface, you will immediately be able to see if upgrading your property will result in a special tier 1 property indicated by the special tier 1 icon and the gold text color. You will also be able to check how many special tier 1 tiles are still available for allocation for each of the upgrade methods. It is very important to note that if, for example, there are only 100 special tier 1 tiles available for the only essence upgrade methods, but you are upgrading to a tier 2 property with 500 tiles, using this upgrade method is still possible, but will not result in a special tier 1 upgraded property with access to the 5-time boosted ether spawn boost. So be sure to check the number of special tier 1 tiles that are available for the property size and the upgrade method you're hoping to use before proceeding. This special upgrade to a T1 campaign is only applicable to tier 2 to tier 1 upgraded tiles and applies regardless of the positive or negative price gap scenario between tier 2 and tier 1 NLPs. However, if upgrading in a negative price gap scenario, i.e. the tier 2 NLP is higher than the tier 1 NLP, only the essence only upgrade option is available. The article then proceeds to talk about the land upgrade function. To access the land upgrade interface, simply navigate to the portfolio page or the property info page. Upon selecting the upgrade button, you'll be presented with detailed information regarding the cost to upgrade your property, the benefits of the upgrade, and even potential discounts available for your upgrade. They also give several examples on the site for you to check out how these applications actually work. You guys can totally check that out on the main page, but we're actually going to skip ahead to the land upgrade slippage subsection, try saying that 5 times fast, of the article. So as I'm sure many people have already seen today, they say that we have allowed for 1% positive slippage when you're upgrading the land. This means that in the case of land price volatility, the charged amount may be up to 1% higher than the price shown to you in the upgrade screen. The purpose for this slippage is to avoid excessive upgrade failures, especially in popular areas at various times. If the price does increase more than 1%, the upgrade will fail and you can try again. It is important to note that this slippage system only applies to a cost increase, and if the charged amount is lower than shown, the upgrade will always go through. And the same applies for the special campaign tiles. If T1 special campaign tiles run out before you confirm your upgrade, the upgrade will fail and you will need to try again. The article is then capped off with a section called Elevate Your Earth2 Journey. The Land Tier upgrade system will provide players, specifically landowners, the ability to control their journey and explore the potential benefits of this upcoming upgrade system. Well, no longer upcoming, it's actually here, of this upgrade system. There was a couple of the lines about what you could do to prepare for the release to go live, but since it's already live, I took those out. The article then finishes off with Join the Journey and Shape the Future. Earth2, the People's Metaverse. And that actually about covers the article release. With the exception of maybe 1 or 2 things for most people, this was all pretty much stuff that the community already knew. However, it was great to see it in writing, and more so to get a solid date on the release, which happened to be today. So while we went to a remote location with no internet on a new build from my career today, the community went upgrade crazy, but we couldn't be happier for them. But we literally just got back in town, and to say that the community is excited is definitely an understatement. But we'll go more into that on the midweek market update, as we at the channel actually have a lot of work to do. We do want to remind everyone about the current contest we're running, as we are approaching our 100th update. Now, this video and the next will be the last ones to make you eligible to win one of many prizes, from a limited edition skin to a 250 tile plot and a skin. All you have to do is like and comment on the video and be a subscriber to win. That's it. Whichever video has the most likes, shares, comments, basically engagement, we're going to pick that one for the grand prize winner, and the other 2 videos will be drawings for our limited edition Release the Essence tees. If you are new to the channel, we would like to invite you to stay. We are an authorized Earth2 content creator. We do weekly giveaways and near daily videos. The real reason, though, to hit that sub button is that every one of them helps push us up in the algorithm to fight off the results from the scam tubers looking for easy clicks. And everyone in the community is super awesome. Well, as always, we cannot wait to see you in the next video for our 100th update. But sadly, we must say goodbye for now. But as you know, not for long. As always, we cannot wait to see you in the Earth2 metaverse. Hopefully with a freshly upgraded property with 5x ether boost. Let's go.